like to share with you some concern. The future of AI is much hype in all the media. Do the future of AI need human beings, human future? You see, it can't even go that far. So my point here is how in Thailand, just want to share with you some very personal issue by using some of the recent experiences. And in the context of COVID-19 that we have gone through, I think we have had new experience with AI. It used to be in many directions, but with COVID-19, the experience with using this ICT has become more accelerated among certain young generations. But and we also learned that it could, apart from being just technology, but it could help us to feel closer to our own existential risk, where we say in Thailand, a campaign, if they are not safe, we are not safe. The slogan relates to how illegal migrant workers in Thailand need to be vaccinated. And so the vaccination campaign were done. So along that line, you see, I would like to bring out this experience that the caring through the experience of COVID-19, ICT, and AI were part of some new sense of well-being, togetherness, and also to bring people closer to how the recovery of the coastal shores were possible, not beyond the usual mass tourist, flooding of tourists. So my issue here, I would like to just to contextualize our discussion in our region, in Thailand and the region. Just to share with you, I will go a little faster because I may not need to go much in detail. I just talk about this outline in the light of not only that we were faced with how the human pause, the humanity pause during biodiversity, during the COVID-19 were helpful for the recovery of some biodiversity systems because of the way we have been exploited. Them had to stop due to human economic activities of the certain period. But now, beyond this period, we are now facing with the very new challenges of clear recognition of biodiversity collapse, and we have more disasters. But we are now with new sense of polarization have been increased all over, political polarization as well as what we also experience. Along in this context, in this very context, what does it mean to talk about AI? In this very context where the issue of AI future have been very much dynamic, and the technological developments of research and funding and the corporate are all going for it. And I don't have to mention all the hypes around it, application of AI in all sectors. But with all this, we are facing how we better dealing with the environments mentioned by my previous speaker? Are we really better? Or are we even exploit them better with the AI-enabled commercialism, exploitation of nature for our markets, etc.? Does AI really help us to be more balanced? I think AI is not a panacea.
No.
So around that line, the reflection on context, I would like to take the benefit of our colleagues who are sitting around the table, that while we feel it's not a panacea, but it dominates a lot of our way of discussion, and without, so the challenge is AI enabling humanity to deal with its own crisis better, crisis of living together with nature, crisis of living together with other human beings. The indigenous people are among the other diverse groups in countries across. So around that line, the seriousness of racialism, the seriousness of distancing the relationship are also quite real in our unequal treatment of education and also language, etc. So my point here, I just would like to bring the challenge into the not only AI logic of development as such and how we talk about it, but how the sense of agency in our discussion could be shared, could be discussed, could be more empowering. Because maybe certain groups of people who are more with AI are not quite caring for other people of different groups or different cultures, maybe due to other sense of being, whether they are from same country. Now I will bring to you a certain context where we at the border of Thailand. We are living with, bordering with Malaysia, Burma, Cambodia, Laos, yes. I just mentioned on the peninsula, on the continental side. But on the western border, Myanmar is very important in the light of the very dynamic and very challenging context of change, including civil war and including the situation after the coup d'etat. So if AI can help us to zoom in at the border region, we can see how the AI can help us to zoom in the situation in the country called Myanmar. It is being it's not a unified country. It's military coup d'etat after these few years wants to control, but it can only control the country only less than half. So it's now being fragmented in terms of fragmented sovereignty, fragmented governance. But with this, you see, there are a lot of impacts on children, a lot of impacts on people, a lot of impacts on ethnic states where they are seeking livelihoods around this kind of challenges. So my point, I just want to bring to you, if AI can help us to zoom in the situation at the border of Thailand and zoom in the situation over there, we should also get some feeling about the difficulty of the children who need to flee away and the young people who need to flee away with the parents. And I just bring to you the undocumented population who came into Thailand, and they are certainly illegal. And but they are flooding in many ways, including the educational institutions and migrant learning centers, so to speak. So in Thailand, we do face this reality of very dynamic and very big influxes of these people. My point here would then bring to you the issue that just to zoom in there, and now we zoom in another aspect of if AI can allow us to see what happens at the border beyond the children, the migrant children who fled away. There is another phenomenon, AI-enabled phenomenon called forced criminality. We have these people have become a part of human trafficking networks, and knowingly but much become more powerless in the light of all this. And you see, just based on a recent research by IOM, you see the connectivity that AI have created, AI-enabled criminality across all these travel and from continents to Burma border. The victims of the scam, and now we call the situation there by the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, and also UN DOC, Drugs and Drug Control Office of the UN. It's called transnational crime, and enabled by AI and frauds and underground banking, human trafficking, etc. So with this, on this kind of experience that Thailand is going through this recent years, and now just to zoom in for you and zoom out for you, that the challenge is, if you allow me to follow the usual discussion, that we should not let children behind. We have to find, we all have a responsibility for them to be educated. That is the global consensus about children's rights. But you see, when we talk about left behind in the world of AI, and the world of AI is not the world of equal access. It's the world of, it could be justice strengthening, or it could be even more justice because of the unequal access to justice by these victims. When they are traveled far and they became caught into that, about I have read the statistics, more than 50 nationalities were helped at the border of the scam, of the transnational scam, and also the casino area. So my point here, just would like to bring to, yes, knowledge can help us to analyze, the social science can help us to analyze structural approach and also the technological challenges. Systematic understanding could be discussed, but if we talk about the left behind, if we can talk about the people who are pushed behind, not only left behind, they are pushed behind because they don't have rights to speak out. They are pushed behind because they don't have, they cannot have a recognition of themselves as human beings. So along that line, how can we deal with this? The challenge for AI for our future, if there is that how can it really help to bridge, and how can it be enabling the forgotten, the left behind. And for that, and only for that, it can be a transformative power for humanity and sustainability. So I just would like to end somewhere here that please allow me to say I'm from sociology, although I feel the human sense of togetherness, human sense of relationship could be either way, could be more distanced, could be more alienated. But we are here because we do care that AI discussion could also help us to talk, to engage with something meaningful. So here, when I talk the issue about meaningful, is the challenge for humanity is the meaning of life, the meaning of being human, the meaning of being on this earth is a core value of our existential discussion as well. So along that line, I just would like to say that if AI can help us to feel either way, it can help us to feel more hatred against foreign illegal people, and it can help to create walls, invisible walls, while Mr. Trump would like to create visible walls plus invisible walls. That is one very strong tendency. Now we are getting the evidence, but we also apart from that really political language, we also see that the resonance of how we deal with other people of different diverse backgrounds around us, in our ocean, in our continents, in our discussion. So all this, I think AI can help us to go either way, and it also can help us to be more objectified with what we are thinking together, so that we do not have to always fighting or always we can distance ourselves from the issue we are discussing. Although we can get mad, we can get very sad. So along that, the challenges of AI, which is a part of the development dynamics that around us, can also need to be put in my view. If sociology can be of some help, we would like to see how sociology of deeper regional integration, deeper global integration along our responsibility to the planet and the future can be built. So along that line, I think the agency issue need really to be shared and discussed and also challenge one another, so that some sense of, because even the language of SDG that they talk about, it has lost its own, people talk a lot about scaling up the SDGs, but really, frankly, I think it has lost its own momentum in the world where we need really to contextualize the challenges we have. I think all of you may know that only last year, the first time the USA presented a report of SDG to the UN system. But after this, we don't expect it because Mr. Trump has already withdrawn. So I don't know, the USA is not a Mr. Trump, but the USA presidency has a big word to say. My point here is the transformative dynamics, whether AI can be a part of that. And for that, I guess we also need to find how we relate to AI system, how we relate to AI science and our policy discussion. So I also hope that AI can be a useful tool for science and policy interface. And for that, I think we need more grounded engagement, and I'm honored to be with our respected colleagues in bioethics research circles, which have embedded the long engagement with technology as well as on bioethics and biodiversity challenges of our time. With that deep and concern, I do hope that the AI can help us to strengthen our zooming in and zooming out beyond our usual national or our ethnic or our grouping attachments. So just to end here, and that's all. So I do hope for more social flourishing after this, rather than our how we can share. So thank you.
Thank you so much. It's very stimulating. So restaurant closes at 2 p.m. So we have some questions now, just one sentence questions to use the wisdom of Surichai. I believe, referring to the last person you mentioned, President Trump is actually making Europe great again, more than making America. And I think he will do the same for every country. So actually, he's actually stimulating. So there is a great chance that actually the effectiveness will be to make each country great again. But how do you feel? Do you think he will make Thailand great again if he imposes these things?
It does not depend on him. It depends on us. If we see us as a we or more we's, a bigger we's. As a person, he is so irresponsible as a leader. So I think we should not allow him to hijack our real agenda of concern. And I think the attention to him is over exaggerated.
Actually, to follow that, I believe, thanks to him, you see, our agenda was hijacked by the pretend international order that was actually an American hegemony, and it was a pretense.
Yes.
But now it's clear, certainly for Europeans, immediately they woke up. Oh, we were living in a delusion. Now we are great again. So actually, thanks to him, he stimulates. And so that's beyond my question. We realized we were living in a delusion.
May I just respond shortly? I think this is a trigger for us to engage, more catalytic direction, more catalytic thematic discussion, because we cannot just be reactionary, reactive. So such, it's not worth mention, but it challenge that is also a source of power. They are empowering certain sense of greatness beyond above the other people, above nature, above any countries. That is the object.
You're welcome. Professor Surichai,
thank you very much, such a wonderful presentation. Yeah, and I also think I want to reply the Taoist question. I think, for example, Japan and many countries strongly rely on the United States. So, but at the current situation, we realize that collaboration, of course, included the United States, but many countries, the other countries, are really important. So the relationship in the Asia or relationship Asia and Europe. Now we realize this kind of thing, and also we discuss about the AI and society, the social scientists and the philosophers. And I think it is important to include the AI technician and the engineer specialist. So to create the AI is more human based and to effectively to improve the the social issues. So maybe the next conference or next occasion, maybe we can invite the not the social science, not only social scientists, but also the natural scientist or the technology specialist.
I agree, yes.
Ravi, please.
No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Professor. It was an illuminating presentation. I have an observation, not a question. You were mentioning about the borders as a process in your presentation. It's quite interesting when you do border studies. Borders seems to have a certain dynamics which sometimes goes against the concept of a state. People who live in borders tend to think of themselves to be fluid. We have seen that in the Malaysia-Thai border, northern province, and people in the southern Thailand feel that they are victims of history, right? Victim of colonialization. So they are living. So those borders sometimes are seen as unnatural borders, and the way that they think when you are in an unnatural border, you have elements of mixed or divided nationality, loyalty, and things of that sort. So, my thinking is, in what way does this knowledge through AI that we are all exposed to can change or alter this kind of behavior? It can exacerbate the idea of regional versus state, or individualism versus state, or even religiosity, because of people come together because of religion and language, linguistic. And if you have an opinion, what is the trajectory of borders or border communities living? Sometimes they won't accept the borders as an absolute, as what the state accepts. Thank you.
I am, may I say, because I am sitting closer to philosophers here. So borders for political science is one, okay? But for many philosophers, they think those people in politics live in their own prisons. Now I take benefit of being close to the philosophers. The borders and bordering are always with us as human beings. I don't have to mention, some of you may discover that people close to you, for me, people in my family, they are close to the cat than close to me. I mean, they are close to their own pets, much more than myself. So I think sense of bordering, I don't have to mention this more. So the sense of human relatedness to many things have gone far beyond our own understanding of political science. I came from political science faculty. So I just highlight what you said in another angle. But we have lived too much in the world of binaries. You and I. The world has, there is not only friendly country and enemy country, but they are, and in the world today, I think you can appreciate more that it's better not to be either with the biggest two countries or three countries. It's better to be together with other small countries. In some way, that kind of diversity have been lost in the Western-centric world, or Western-centric order, or knowledge order, so to speak. Now it is, I benefited my time after my previous speaker who spoke about the New Zealand, how the Maori people, but along that line, I mean, the kind of thing that we can see longer than the present, seeing longer 100 years, and for New Zealand to recognize their own mistakes as a country, it demands a lot of deep thinking, deep recognition of their own national sense. So I respect that kind of deepening country responsibility. So along that line, I am against a historical. I am not for the presentist discussion too much, because it is like you get immediate, instant history from anyone. But Thailand is not a country. You see the word Thailand. The word land is not a Thai language. Thai is a word Thai. So certain people who were in power wanted to make this country a land of the Thais. And so you use the word. Before that, it was another time. I came from another province which did not feel it is a part of Bangkok. I came from the north. So anyway, so country, loyalty, it must go beyond the binary national or against the nation. It has to be, we can have more identity of belonging than more than one. But certainly some are more primary than others.
Yeah.
At certain period that I think we all can discuss, and our generation we can benefit from the possibility of looking back and looking forward.
Yeah.
But I think many thousand years without recognition of such, we would not be able to discuss about how we have done badly about the indigenous people. But now we are aware, we have already destroyed so many. In certain countries, 500 years have gone. So I'm not saying happily about this, but I think that kind of deep history learning and sharing would benefit us to learn together. I just thank you for the question, Professor.
Thank you. Last sentence from Osama for last question. and
Okay.
we'll reply.
A question or a comment. Thank you. Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom, in his book Superintelligence, I read a few years ago, he talked about the theory of orthogonality. I don't know if you're aware of it, but he agrees with you, and he basically says that the world does not move towards ethic by itself. Someone has to nudge it, a leviathan, maybe Trump. So I agree with what Daryl said. Maybe Trump will force Europe to put aside its selfish nationalism and unite, and maybe become, another strong bloc on the other side of the Atlantic. So, from your diverse perspective, do you think, and to some degree actually, Elon Musk and his PayPal mafia, if you read their philosophical writings, they want to actually unify the world away from our evolutionary biases. And they believe AI is going to help humanity do that. This is what they say. That's what I read. What do you think about this? When you think, taking into account, Nick Bostrom's idea that the world needs a nudge to become more ethical?
I have to think along, but I do not trust their words yet, because the way they behave, the evidence are not supporting the way they talking about humanity. So it's for us. I think we are living in the very interactive. We are living in a very interactive world. The interactions with us, with each other, one another, with the machine, and the machine has many phases of development as well, and it is also became very diverse now. So I think I also very new to this complex development of AI, and at the moment I think how to be more, how create more agenda of agency, creating agency together to deal with this possibly plus, but we see more minus in certain area. But we also would like to see how, because our new generation of people, young ones, are much more born into that world. And I think in Thailand we really we would like to learn more, exchange multi-levelly with all of you. And with that, I think looking for the next stage of possibility, if we for the AI forums, etc. I really appreciate the initiative that Daryl and Jan Surat and Pinit have done for us. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. So